Morning, everyone. We've got Nate Caddy here, mate. It's been an eventful couple of days for you. Yesterday, you had a bit of a mix up with the car. Can you tell us what happened yesterday?
Yeah, it broke down in the way you're supposed to have it yesterday. So we're all right now. We're all good.
All good. And then this morning, a bit of a nightmare getting a park. Bloody come on. But we've finally made it.
Yeah, we're all good.
And we're in a draft week now, which is pretty exciting, mate. What actually happens during draft week? Like you've had a couple of interviews with clubs this week. What are they possibly asking, or what are you possibly doing like 5 days out or 6 days out from the draft?
Well, for me, it's just spending time with family and stuff. You know, you prepare for not the worst, but prepare for anything. So you could be moving into state in 2 weeks. So
yeah,
just talking to family, stuff like that. But then also you got your interviews. There's some media stuff you've got to do. But it's pretty laid back, to be honest. It hasn't been too much, but it's been alright.
Yeah, cool. And I've seen, so the AFL are pushing to, you're invited to the draft, aren't you? Which is pretty exciting. They're pushing to make it a bit of a party, I've seen, and invite a few more people. Who you got on the invite list, mate? Who are you taking?
I've got like 20. I've got 20 people coming.
Huge.
So 20 was like the max you could have.
Yeah, okay. You've gone all out.
Yeah. So
nice.
I've got some mates coming, but family as well. So I probably half family, half friends probably.
Yeah, cool.
And then I've got I've got like 4 siblings, so bringing all them, my parents, grandparents and stuff.
Are you the oldest?
Yeah, I'm the oldest. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have younger brothers?
Yeah, one.
Does he play?
Nah.
Nah?
No, but he's all right.
Yeah. And they're also talking at the draft they're pushing AFL clubs to get like an ex-icon of that club to come and present the jumper to the new draftee. Who would be your, obviously you don't know where you're going, but who would be your ideal, who is your like icon? Obviously your uncle played, but apart from him, who would be your ideal person to present the jumper to you on draft night?
Well, I don't know, to be honest, because you kind of have to, as you said, you kind of have to know where you're going, but...
who did you idolise as a kid? Like who?
As
like
a
for
kid,
me, like
old Buddy.
Richo presenting to me.
Yeah, no, 100%. It'd be Buddy.
Yeah, okay.
100%.
Yeah.
Dusty, even though he's still playing. But
yeah.
I grew up watching Dusty, Buddy. I was at Buddy's 1000th game.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, probably one of those would be pretty cool. But
yeah,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it all goes down. I haven't even heard about that, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Now you have. And talk us through this year, mate. I was listening to some people talk the other day, and what keeps getting brought up is like your height, which does that frustrate you a bit? Because like walking in, A, you're pretty bloody tall, but B, your wingspan's huge, and you got a good vertical. Does that concern you at all, or?
It doesn't concern me. Recruiters and stuff, it might concern them. I don't really know, but I'm pretty confident myself, and I know that I've got a long way to go, but I feel like I can be a pretty damaging forward in the AFL, and whether that's as a key forward or a power forward or medium forward, I don't really care what they call me. I just want to be a dangerous option and be a hard matchup. So I feel like if someone's 200 centimeters as a backman, I feel like I might be a bit faster than them. But then, if I'm playing on someone who's smaller than me, I want to be able to be too strong for them, or outbody them every time there's a ball coming in my way. So I just want to be a hard matchup for whoever comes to me, I guess.
100%. Well, I see it as a positive. Like I coached against you this year, man. You're a bloody nightmare. This is against Oakley. You tore us a new one, but you're like in that between where it's hard to find a defender for you. Like if you play someone like a big hulking kind of full back on you, you're too quick and versatile and athletic for him. And then if you play someone too short, like your vertical and your wingspan gets them. So, mate, I found it really hard to coach against you at your size and with your athleticism. And then in that game, you also went through the middle. How did you find that firstly? And I saw you didn't really go back into the middle after that, despite I think you won like the first 4 clearances when you went in the middle. Was there any reason you didn't go back through the guts?
I think it's just kind of sticking what you're good at. I haven't had a pre-season or anything in the midfield. It was just kind of go out there and get the ball and run with it. Do what you can. So, I can see myself, like I'm confident in myself, and I see myself being, either a forward or even a midfielder if I really put, a full pre-season or 2 into it. And I'm obviously confident, but it's just another string to my bow, and it was good fun. Yeah.
Was that the plan when you were playing against us? Was it like, did you know in advance, or was it?
So I played last year. My last game as a bottom major, we played against Western, and I played a full game in midfield.
Okay.
And I had one of my best games I'd played that year.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a plan for me to go and just be a full-time midfielder. But new coach and everything happened. So I
Who was the new? Was Peb's not the coach last year?
No, he wasn't the coach
really?
last year. So he was new, and he kind of said to me, "No, you're going to be the key forward." And
Okay.
That was the start of pre-season, so I just
Yep.
trained as a key forward for the whole season. I didn't know any of the midfield setups. I didn't know where the hit zones were and stuff like that. So I didn't know any of that until probably a week before we played against you guys. So
Okay.
I guess it was just kind of a bit of a. I think obviously someone would have told him to put me through there because he didn't want to put me through there in the first place.
Yeah.
But it worked well, and I feel like I went. So I played you guys in the midfield, and then there was a few games after that where I'd do 5 minutes at the start of the quarter. In the midfield just to get a bit bigger body in there and stuff, and and then shoot forward and then rotate with someone else. So it worked well, but I probably wasn't as fit as I wanted to be during the year. But now that we've had 3 months to train for all that, I feel like I'm pretty fit, and I've built a tank, and I feel like I can keep getting better moving forward.
Yeah. And well, you've had a pretty interrupted season, really, particularly at the start of the season. But as you say, you built your tank. You ran a pretty unreal. I was down at the draft combine. You ran a pretty unreal time. I was down watching Luke Lloyd, and he was like right on your tail.
He was chasing me. Yeah,
mate, he's fit. He's like former athlete, and you beat him in the end, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, I was leading the whole time.
You took off like a rocket, mate.
Yeah, and then the Irish boys were chasing me at the end.
I was
getting worried that I could hear the big sumps coming. But
yeah.
I think I got a 6:35 in the end. So that was I was hoping for about a 6:40. So I got better than what I thought I would. But I feel like I can build on that and get a bit better. So I'd be lying if I said at the start of pre-season last year I got like a 7:20.
You got a 7:20
at the start of the nights.
Yeah.
The start of my top age year.
Yeah.
I came in a bit heavy,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I got a terrible time. So.
Yeah. But do you want to get much fitter though? Like part of your strength is your power and like your athleticism. Like, would you not want to put more time into that and get even better at that as opposed you feel like you got a pretty good aerobic base now? Have clubs said anything about that or?
I feel like it's just more the midfield thing. Like that, if you want to be as fit as you can for the midfield, but I know I've got a long way to go strength wise, and I know I've also got I'm 86 kilos now, but I'm at like a weight in at 88 at the combine. But I feel like I can play at 94 in 5 years' time. So I've still got I feel like I've got a long way to go with putting on muscle, and in a full-time environment that can happen. So we'll see what happens. But
well, what have you been doing for that at the moment? Like I've seen you've done a couple of sessions with a good friend of the show, Prime Train. But what do you like when you're not? Because you're not an AFL club now, and you're not with Northern on a regular base anymore. So for the last 2 months and now at the moment, have you got a training program? Has your manager put you in touch with someone? Have you got a trainer, or what have you been doing in this time?
I'm pretty independent with all that stuff, so I'm never the type to ask for help with training. Yeah. I've done a few sessions with Nick Watson, Darcy Wilson, Prime Train, who said Harley. We went in up to a Juker and trained with Harley, but then I like training by myself and listen to music and just go on and run long runs, or I'd do sprint work down the Overdue, some of your challenges you put out on Instagram. So stuff like that I try and do probably every second day, and then I got a gym near my house that I go to every day. Yeah, cool. I like to feel like I'm doing a lot, so that I feel more prepared when I come into an AFL environment. Yeah. How do you go against Prime? Against Prime? He's pretty fit. But it was more Darcy Wilson that will... He's crazy. Yeah, he was ridiculous. Yeah, we're doing 150s, and I was like, this is not... He's killing us. But, he's a workhorse, and he's done well for himself. And I think he got 5:52 or something the 2K. So
ridiculous.
yeah, I won't compare myself to him, but
well, you're different players, mate. You got
exactly, but
a bit of size on him.
Still, it's impressive for him. But yeah. So I don't know. We'll I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know.
Yeah. Have clubs given you any feedback, like, before pre-season, we want you to work on this, or we want you to work on that, or like this is what we see your area of growth is? Have any clubs said anything like that?
Yeah. Well, during the season, it was endurance. So that's what I focused on when the season ended. But yeah, kicking, set shot kicking and stuff was something that they told me to I need to clean up.
And how have you gone about that? That's like
with the Rocker brothers.
He's a handy set shot.
Yeah. So they've helped me a lot. The Knights coaches. I've got my uncle as well. Who, not Josh. There's another uncle.
Oh, another one.
Yeah, Tim. His name is.
Right.
He was a good set shot back in his day. So
right.
He's told me run straight, drop straight, kick straight. So I try and keep my body straight, run straight at the man of the mark. And after I've kicked it, walk through.
Yeah.
And that works. It's just I need to work on consistently doing it every single time. So I feel like sometimes I go around at an angle to get a bit more distance, and then I spray it. And then sometimes I'm not concentrating, or I'll be 25 out and I just think I'm going to kick it, and then I spray.
Those are the hard ones.
Yeah, they're the type of ones. I feel more confident from 50 out there.
Yeah.
But it's they're things I'll work on, and I don't think I'm a terrible set shot. I know I kicked 25 goals, and I think I had 18 points or something. And I don't think I'm terrible shot, but that was one of the things they said I need to get better at. Ground balls is one of them. I've worked on them a lot as well, though. So everything they've said to get better at, I've definitely tried to work on and get better at. So.
Okay. What kind of player do you see yourself at the next level? Like, what kind of player in the AFL right now are you kind of moulding your game on and envision yourself becoming?
Well, for me, I want to be as good as I can be. So a Charlie Kerner type player would be cool. You can see the comparisons and stuff, but that would be cool. But then you look at height wise, and I'm pretty powerful, and building my endurance. So being a Paddy Cripps type player would be pretty cool. But it's just whatever a club wants me to be. So we were speaking before this. If they want me to be a backman as well,
be a backman.
It might be a backman. I don't know. We'll just see. We'll see what happens. But
well, you worked with both those guys. When you go into a club like that, obviously you went into Carlton in pre-season. Do you spend much time with boys like that? Like, did Charlie take you under his wing? Like, did he teach you some stuff? Like, what was that?
Both of them actually did. I trained after training. I did a few drills with Charlie and Specky Bag and stuff like that. So they were both great. And then Paddy we just having conversations about and giving me advice and stuff. So they were both great blokes, and they probably I left Carlton not wanting to leave. I was like, I got to go back to Knights now. But it is what it is. But it kind of made me want it more. I didn't want to have that opportunity to train at an AFL club and then not make it to an AFL club. So I really buckled down after that and made sure that I'd be there.
How do
next year.
Sorry, I've always wondered how did you end up at Carlton? Like, why is it just random? Like, do the academy just give you to any club, or like how does that process work? Do you select or?
No, we don't select. I think it's like some region based.
Oh, okay.
Like I went with Will Green.
Yeah.
He's a Knights boy, and the Oakley boys, I think they went to Richmond.
Yeah, Phil went to Richmond.
So I think it's all location based. I don't know.
Okay.
It was a great experience. Like I'm heaps of coaches I met that were good, and I tried to do everything I could, and I left that week buggered. I just wanted to sleep, but it made me hungry for more, I guess.
Yeah, awesome. And then you stayed with them and you played a couple of VFL games. How's that experience?
It was good. Playing in that game we played. Tom de Koning played. Zach Fisher played. Paddy Dow. There were some gun players that played. And we played against some good players as well. So it was cool to see where I stacked up against. And it was a terrible day down at Willie, but
when is it a good day down at Willie, to be fair?
No, it was no good, but I feel like I got a lot out of it. But yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. How does that level compare to Talent League? Is it similar, or was it a big jump from you going from Northern to VFL, or?
Yeah, it's obviously a big jump, and you know, they play very structured football, so it's kind of hard to come in with, you know, training with them for a week beforehand in the VFL.
Yeah.
And then, you know, going and playing, so you don't know their structure as well, so it was kind of hard to fit in then. But you know, defenders are more on ya. You know, they're quicker, they're a lot stronger, so you kind of got to not outsmart them, but, you know, be a lot smarter and be a lot more careful than what you would be at the Knights. But I feel like as the game went on, I adjusted a lot better. And, you know, it was a bit more comfortable, but I probably started a bit slow. But it was a good game in the end, and kicked a few snags.
Yeah, kicked a couple. Yeah. What was the hardest or the toughest level of footy you played this year? Obviously, how many teams have you played in this year? Like 6?
So I played for Parade.
Yeah.
For school, Knights, Carlton, the Academy, and Metro. I think that's. Did I say Carlton as well? I can't remember.
I don't think you said Carlton.
I think 5 or 6. Yeah. So.
Yeah. What was the toughest?
Yeah, it would have to be Carlton. That was
not the Academy when you played.
Well, playing against, I kind of felt like it was not easy, but it was I kind of felt like because we had so many players on the bench, you weren't tired. You were pretty fresh. Yeah. I think in the first game, the Port Adelaide game, I played like 30% game time. I think we were rotating with like 10 blokes in the bench, or 12 blokes in the bench. So it was you were always coming on fresh, and, you know, they weren't. So we kind of probably did have the upper hand in a way.
What do you think about that? Because I know like Vic Metro did the same thing. Like Vic Metro this year had a squad of like 35, didn't they? And most other teams, like I think the Allies only had a squad of like just under 30. What do you think of having such a big squad? Do you think like it's good to give a heap of people a crack at that level, or do you think it should be only for the best of the best?
I think the reason for Metro having so many players is because they had so many bottom age players, like compared to because I played as a bottom major in the championships last year. Yeah, and I think there was only 3 of us that got a chance. I think it was me, Filler, and Logan Morris and Watto. So it was us 4.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So 4 of us, but then in the champs there was like 13 this year. So
13 bottom majors this year.
There was like 13 bottom majors. Well, I think like that were in the squad. I don't know how many played, but I think that was the reason why there was so many more. And I think they see that the talent next year, especially in the midfield, is pretty stacked. So I'm
pretty excited for our starting midfield next year.
Yeah, I would be too. Yeah.
Jags, Finn O'Sullivan, Tom Gross.
Yeah, you saw one of the better midfields this year, so can't imagine what it's going to be like next year.
Yeah, no, it's exciting.
Good. Just no key forward. Or key
no key forward.
No like key
back.
No, just like depth in general. Like there's not many like key forwards and stuff that have came out.
You mean from Oakley?
Or just in general. Like I haven't. Been,
next year.
Next year.
I thought you were bagging Oakley.
No. I'm not bagging anyone. I'm just saying. It's very like I've just noticed all the really.
They're all mids,
midfielders. So I don't know how they're gonna,
Which is good for you, mate, because like clubs will take key position players this year, hopefully.
Hopefully, but I don't know. It's like I've got a mate, Zach Johnson. He's a gun, but we don't even know where he's going to fit because there's 12 midfielders in the draft that are all freaks. And some of them would get drafted this year if they.
Who do you reckon to get drafted this year if it was open?
Jagger's good. Like Josh Smiley's good.
Yeah.
Sullivan in that Oakley game against Knights just tore us apart. Even though he didn't have as many touches, he just tore us.
Yeah, he doesn't have many. He's just like classy.
Classy as.
Yeah.
What's the one from Eastern?
Christian Moraes.
Moraes, he dominated this year.
Yeah, he's a gun.
I think Zach Johnson's pretty good as well. So I don't know. There's heaps.
Levi, I forgot.
Levi Ashcroft as well. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's nuts.
He was one of our better players for Metro this year. So
it's
going to be hard to fit all the Metro boys in, I think.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see.
And you've played under a number of different really quality coaches this year. Who did you take the most learnings or who helped you the most along the journey as a coach this year?
Well, I got along best with Ricky Dyson, the parade coach.
Yeah. Did he used to play AFL?
Yeah, he played for Essendon.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. He's been really good for me, and I get along good with him.
Yeah.
Anthony Rocker's been good to push me in the right direction. He made sure I was working hard, kept me accountable all year. Lee Clark last year for me was pretty good.
Where did Clarkie coach you?
Knights.
Yeah, he was there. Knights, of course.
He was, yeah. So he was at the Knights.
He used to coach me at Oakley, Clarkie.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, he's a good. I got along good with him. But then also, you got Tarkin Lockyer, who's
Gun.
Real.
Yeah.
Rob Harding as well. There's some serious Luke Power as well from Carlton. He was probably one of the ones I dealt with most at Carlton that week. There's heaps of them. I couldn't even name them all. To be honest.
Yeah.
There's different coach every week.
Yeah, literally.
They're all been good for me, and a good mix of all of them has kind of been a perfect mixture, I guess.
Well, with that has its benefits, but it's also I always feel for you've got so many people in your ear telling you you've got a manager, a coach from another team, a line coach. You've got family, friends, all pulling you in a different direction. How have you gone about this? Who have you? Do you know what I'm getting? How have you gone about? There's so many different mixed messaging. How have you gone about focusing on what you think you need to focus on?
You kind of just have to, I know who you trust, and everyone wants the best for you, and they've got their own opinions and stuff. But there isn't many decisions you have to make that are really hard, or you just go out there and play footy as a junior. You do these kind of interviews, and that's probably the hardest thing you do. It's not really that hard. Obviously the attention that comes with it, stuff like that is hard, different, and it's a bit of a change to deal with. But it's pretty easy to know who to pick, pick their brain, and you listen to your coaches, and when there's so many coaches, you don't really know what to follow. But you just got to remember they all want the best for you, and I kind of just do what I want, if I'm honest.
Fair enough. How do you go with the media side of things? At the draft combine, there was a fair bit of media, and you've been on Gettables, and how do you enjoy that? Is it are you okay with that and what it's about to be like?
Yeah, well, sometimes I go back to listen back to it. I'm like, what are you saying? It's all right. You kind of get used to it a bit, but it's always nerve wracking, and sometimes I forget what to say, and then I look back and I'm like, oh, I should have said that person, but I don't know. It's all right. Well, getting better at it. I'm definitely terrible at it still, but getting better at
practice it.
Yeah, exactly right.
Have you had a think? So when on draft night you're obviously going, and when you get picked up, obviously or hopefully you'll be a top pick, and after that they do the interview and you come around, you get your jumper presented, and then Jono's there waiting, and you've got the first time when you kind of speak to your new club and the fan base. Have you kind of thought about what you might say in that interview yet on Monday night?
No, I had no clue. I don't even know how it all works, if I'm honest.
Have you watched the draft?
I've watched the draft.
Yeah.
I haven't.
You know what I'm talking about? When a top pick goes and then Jono interviews him?
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about. But I haven't really had too much thought about it. Probably should, to be honest. But
let's practice it, mate. Do you want to practice?
Oh, no.
I'll be...
I might have to do it. I might have to do it to myself in the mirror. I don't know. I kind of just take it as it goes, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how we go.
Yeah, cool.
I have to see where I can go on first.
Yeah. No, it's exciting. Mate, outside of footy, what are your interests outside of footy?
So, at school this year, we this game, pickleball.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it. I've never played it. It's growing.
That was good fun. We had some intense games at school there.
Yeah. It's just small-sided tennis, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's good fun,
Yeah,
okay. Golf. I've been getting into golf lately.
Cool.
A lot of spare time and stuff, so that's always fun. I love 2K, NBA 2K.
Oh, yeah.
I'm big into that. But I'm pretty boring, to be honest. I don't really do too much else.
No, that's pretty. That's cool. What about if after footy, or when you're even at like playing footy, do you have something outside of footy that you'd like to pursue? Like, is there anything, like, do you have any other interest? Or you're not sure yet? Or?
Well, I think I'm going to, so through school, I get direct entry into like a business course. So I think I'll go through that. I think it's at La Trobe, so
yeah, cool.
That'd be cool. But other than that, I haven't really thought about it too much. I've kind of just been focused on hell bent on making footy for the last, 10. I don't know. I've never even thought of anything else, if I'm honest. So so I'm definitely gonna have to think of other things to work out. But I've got time now, so I'll take it as it goes. I guess I don't know. See what happens.
No, cool. How do you this year has been like a real eye opener for me with like coaching someone like Jagger this year and seeing him sign like autographs after games from kids coming up to him. Like, how do you go with that? Has that happened to you this year? And how do you go with, like, are you starting to get recognised?
Yeah, you get recognised because it's all because of baseline and your videos and stuff like that. So kids follow it. But, it's just what happens, and it's maybe a bit earlier than it has been in the past. It's not too early, but you never know what can happen, especially with Jago. Like I'm not saying him, but someone who's a bottom major. You never know what happens in the next year. So could be a bit early, but kids see it. They want to they idolise us. Or it's kind of like they idolise us now. Like I get messages from kids all the time saying it's weird to see because it's such a difference from what I'm used to, but that's just a part of the game now, and you've got to adapt. And they only, as I said, they want the best for you as well. So
do you think, like I was talking to someone about it though, do you think it is too early? Would you prefer to just like head down, just focus on footy, be unknown, and then once you get into the AFL, then become a known player? Or do you think it's good having that profile before you're an AFL player?
Well, I think it's good for the game in a way that it promotes, it promotes the game. I guess the game would want, the AFL would want the draft prospects to be more well known. Like you look at Harley, and he's got 1,000 Instagram followers. So he's one of the most popular people in Australia.
He seems so laid back about it. He's just so
well, he's a boy from Tony. He doesn't really care. But we went up to a Chuka with him, and he gets bombarded with it. But you get used. Like he gets used to it, and I'm used to it now. And as I said, it's just a part of the game now. So it'd be cool. And even with, as you said, we bring it back to the start when you said with the 20 people that are allowed to go to draft night. It's they're trying to make it more of a bigger deal, I think. But it's good for the game, I think.
I think it's great. Like I think like the NFL and like I feel like American sports are a little bit ahead of us, and they've been doing it for a while, and I think it's great for fan engagement.
Darcy Wilmot a couple of years ago, he was 2 years ago. He was a Yarrambat boy where I played junior. So seeing all his mates getting around him, I think they kind of saw that and was like, we need to have something like that at draft night because that was cool. And it went heaps of people saw it. So
he's an absolute character.
Yeah, he's a good fella.
He's a cracker.
He's good fella. He's Yarrambat boy as well. So kind of grew up. I wasn't close with him, but looking up to him because he was always a better player. So it's cool.
Yeah, cool. And school footy this year, I used to play D-La, and we're now been relegated, I think. But I was talking to Luke Lloyd about it this year. How did you going from that level to Talent League and VFL and Academy? And where did you enjoy your footy most this year?
100% parade.
Yeah.
Like the first, I played 4 games this year.
Yeah.
So I played 2 during the season, and that was fun as we won by heaps. Kicked a bag both games.
Yeah.
And then we played the granny, and I did nothing, absolutely nothing.
Did you win the granny?
Yeah, we won.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kako.
Yes.
Kako kicked the goal after the sign.
I remember that. Yeah.
So that was that was terrible. I played terrible that game, so I hated footy after that.
Right.
But then we won the Herald Sun Shield and did all right in that game. So
yeah,
I'd say parade was definitely the funnest time I had with footy this year, and
Yeah.
it was all with all my mates and stuff. So
Yeah.
it was good.
Who did you play against in the grand final? Was it White Fries?
St. Bede's.
Okay. Who played on you? Do you remember?
I can't remember his name. No, he got me though. He got me.
Okay.
They had him on me, and then they had like someone coming over the top. So it was like I was getting
double teamed.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, I wanted to die.
Yeah.
I can't remember who was playing on me, but I think they're both at Sandy.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't remember his name though.
Yeah. That brings me to my next question. Who's not getting enough attention this year? What draft prospect are you like, geez, like they're a jet. How are people not talking about this guy?
Well, I've always said Christian Fernando for sure.
Yes.
Like,
he dominated this year.
Yeah, he did. If you look at his stats, he was as good as
out.
anyone. And
Yeah.
he went head to head with Sanders a few times, and
Yeah.
At that time, obviously Sanders is a freak and he's going to go top 10, but I thought he got the better of him that day. Like and Fez is it's his first year of footy pretty much. Like he was playing for Australia basketball last year.
Oh, okay.
So he was an Australian basketball last year and playing in Spain all year. So
jeez, he's done well.
Yeah, so it was his first year, and he had a slow start, but
yeah,
towards the end of the season, he was
racking up 30 plus every game.
Yeah, he was one of the best. I thought he was one of the best midfielders.
Yeah, I agree.
Game, and like his improvement throughout the year was probably what I thought was the best. Like from the start of the year, his skills just got heaps better.
Yeah,
just from he's hardly played. He's missed that 4 year. Like he's played basketball.
So he's played basketball the last 4 years. So he hasn't played.
So I played under 12s Vic with him. So
yeah,
he was the captain at under 12s Vic team.
Okay.
I think. And then he quit footy, I think, and played basketball up until the start of this year.
Far out.
Yeah, and he tells me he could have went pro basketball. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm good mates with him, so he'll laugh when I say that. But I think he's a gun. But he'll clean up his skills and he'll get better as time goes on. But if a club takes a chance on him, they'll get a ripper. So we'll see what happens. The 21st, the day after Monday, which is
next Tuesday. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, exciting, mate. What does the rest of your week look like? What are the next couple of days leading into the draft look like for you? What do you got planned? Are you doing anything to take your mind off the draft, or are you just business as usual? What's the plan for the week?
Just trying to make the days go as quick as possible.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna just train and try and get as fit as possible for when I get into a club.
Yeah.
But just try and make the days go as quick as possible. Keep myself busy. Play a bit of golf maybe.
Yeah.
See my mates. Stuff like that. Just and obviously as I said at the start, see family because you never know what could happen next week. So that's pretty much it. Nothing special.
Nothing special. Yeah, cool, awesome. Well, mate, it's been a pleasure to have you in, and it's an exciting time. This will be up tomorrow. I'm keen to listen back to it, but. Thanks for that and all the best next week. Looking forward to it.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate it.
Cheers.